Guys, what's up today? I come to you with my weekly review of Gintama 2015, episode 309. Now, you may be wondering, why isn't this a live reaction? The title does not say live reaction. The thing is, I did say way before when I was starting the Shogun assassination arc that I was only going to do the live reaction for that. And I wasn't too sure if I was going to do it for this arc, the Shinsengumi Farewell arc. Now I will be doing live reaction, but that's going to be for like episodes that I feel like are needed to be live reaction so you can see me reacting to it, and that's mostly for episodes that have a lot of action, everyone is getting ready to fight, and the suspense is at an all-time high within the show. Now for episodes like these, I don't need to do a live reaction because well, I could just explain what I felt about this episode and what went down in this week's episode. So there won't be a need for a live reaction. But as you know, at the end of each episode, they always show a little preview of what's going to happen in the following episode to come. So based on those, and when I see those previews, then I'll decide whether I'm going to do a live reaction or not. So that being said, and I will tell probably in the comment section or on Twitter if I'm going to do a live reaction or no. So that being said, in this week's episode, okay, leaving off from last week, we have Kondo-san now. He's in jail and waiting to be executed within 5 days period, said by Sasaki. And as you know, he is the commander-chief of the Mirawagumi and all of police force in Edo. And in this week's episode, I had to laugh because there were plenty of funny moments in this week's episode because, I mean, we needed a good laugh, okay? After last week's episode with Kondo-san being arrested, okay, Gintoki, he's feeling like really hard on himself because he could not protect him nor the Shogun. Everyone feels crappy because remember the Shogun got assassinated in the week prior. Okay, it was just sadness and grief and guilt all throughout, and we just needed a laugh in this week's episode, and that's what we got. We got Kichikata and Gintoki, and as soon as they went to the part where the carpet club, the place that Ote works in, okay, they're going back and forth at each other. You know, their usual banter, cursing at each other, and just it was just refreshing to see that because we need a good laugh. We really did. Okay, and then we have Ote being her regular self, beating up people when they do stupid stuff. Okay, but it's just not the same without Kondo-san stalking her, and she and Shinpachi is feeling that to their core. She even tells him like you don't need to lock up anywhere because the reason she locked up her place is because Kondo-san always stalked her. So then we have Nobunobu, you know, the new shogun. He's coming into the Carpet Club and he's demanding, like, you know, since the old shogun decided to look at all these plebeians or people that's beneath him, he decided to look, he decided for himself to see what the outside world was like and try their food and try their customs or whatever the view is. So he goes there and he's offered food and he's offered drinks. And these things that's offered to him were for the previous shogun. That's what he liked. And he doesn't like that. He doesn't want to be compared to Shigeshiki. So what does he does? He messes up the place. He crashes glasses. Okay, he's flipping over tables. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. He's just freaking out for no apparent reasons. And you know, I'm not the previous shogun. This is a new era, new time. Get with it. And what he does to the two girls that were on his side was really messed up. And anybody that saw this episode can tell how messed up he is. What he does is he seriously injures these two females who did him no wrong, who offered him food and drinks as, you know, they weren't trying to patronize him, but he ends up slashing them, severely injuring them. And he keeps provoking, he and Sasaki keeps provoking Hijikata. And you know, at this point in time, Hijikata's hands are tied. Okay, he can't do anything because if he does, it'll put more further pressure on Kondo-san, who's already getting ready to get executed within 5 days' time, and there's also his teammates, his comrades. If he does anything to oppose Nobunobu or Sasaki, they get executed as well. They even went as far as to make fun, to mock him, to say, you know, if he does anything to them, then he can be the security guard at their execution, which is really messed up. They're trying to mess with him psychologically, and I'm like, you know what? The best part of that scene was when he was about to punch Nobunobu. Gintoki and he comes in, he blocks out Hichikata's punch by him receiving the punch, and what Gintoki does, he ends up punching Nobunobu. Okay, so it was really funny to watch. Gintoki just gave him a right hook, and it was so good to see someone punch him. And then we see Sasaki, he's taking pictures and sending out as an email saying, oh, you were almost healed, and then you got your teeth bashed in again. And he's like, LOL. That was the most funniest part. But the best thing about this week's episode is that we finally get to see Katsura in a serious arc. It's been hundreds and hundreds of episodes since we seen Katsura in a serious arc. The last time we seen him in one was back in the Benny Zakura arc that started in episode 58, which was season 1. So that's like twice as much episodes since he's been in a serious arc, and he's going to be involved in this with the because it deals with the government as well. And remember, he is a Joy Rebel, so the Joy Rebels are against the Bakufu and the government and the Shogun. And he had a relationship with the previous Shogun Shigeshi. He acted as the enemy and he wanted to go after Shigeshi, but because he couldn't do it and he couldn't find himself to go after him, he said he's going to fulfill this role now. So it's really awesome to see him taking part in this arc, and we're going to see what he's going to do. Now people are going to be like, he's not only that funny character, Katsura is much more than that. Look back on the Benny Zakura arc and you'll see what I mean if you do not remember what happened. So that's it for this week's episode. We had some funny parts. We had some parts where Nobunobu got punched. Katsura is finally getting involved in a serious arc once again. We're getting ready to see Kondo-san's execution, but I know they're gonna save him time. Hopefully they do. And we're just waiting for Hichikata to get out his funk and get his head back in the game and try to save Kondo-san and bring back the Shinsengumi as one once again. So do tell me your thoughts, your opinions on this week's episode. What was your most favorite part of this week's episode? Do tell me down below. You can also check me out on Twitter and Tumblr. The face group page is in the description box below, so you can check that link out. And I'm Kimmy Chun of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye.